Hi, my name is Sandy. I'm here to show you how to do my multimedia art tag. I did a series of them called Girls Shine, and I'm part of the design team for Scrapaholics Scrapbook Supply, and I did this as a project in April, and I thought it'd be nice to do one as my first YouTube video. And you can tell when you watch it that it is my first YouTube video, so I hope you'll be patient with me. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you about a drawing that I'm having where you can win the tag and that I'm making. And I hope that you will enjoy it, and you can help me out at the end of the video too. Here we go. The tag I'm using is a Tim Holtz multimedia tag, and the gesso is a Handy Art gesso, and the chipboard is an Ivy Vine corner and Ivy Vine spray set, and they're from Scrapaholics.net. And I used a sponge to gesso them. I like to use a sponge. It's just how I do it, but not everybody does it that way. And then I used a Ranger opaque white paste and a Tim Holtz stencil, THMO91. And I randomly used the paste or applied the paste in 3 different areas on the tag to add depth. And you don't have to do it the way that I did it. In fact, on some of the other tags, I did it in different areas, which you can see at the end of the video when you can look at all of them closely. This is the 3 base colors that I used: peeled paint, faded jeans, and walnut. I just sprayed them randomly, and then I used my water bottle and sprayed over it, and I kind of moved it around until it spread evenly, and then I dried it, gave it that opaque look. Then I sprayed my water bottle over it in drips, and then I blotched it and then let it dry. Then I took 3 more of the Oxide ink colors, and I used them in drips rather than sprays. And I used fire bricks, spiced marmalade, and iced spruce. And I kind of used them more as a contrasting colors. Once I got the drips, I used my water bottle and I got close and kind of made puddles with each drip. And then once I had that done, I used my rag and I blotched it out, spread it out, and then let it dry. And then I flipped the tags over and did exactly the same thing on the backs. I'm sorry that I kind of have to hurry, but newbies on YouTube only have 15 minutes to do a video, so you kind of have to put a lot in 15 minutes. Here I'm doing the same. As you can see, I'm dripping the contrast colors on the back of the tag, and then I'm puddling out the ink and blotting it. I think I forgot to also say that I use what's left on my spatula from when I put it on the front of the tag. I just spread it out on the back of the tag just to use it up. Now I take the chipboard pieces and I color them with Distress Oxide ink pad inks, and the 3 colors that I used were peeled paint, rusty hinge, and fossilized amber. And I used all 3 colors on each piece, and I just spread them out to look like fall colors. And then I did them exactly like I did the tags, with the water and then blotting it, and the ink and blotting it, or the dripping and blotting it. Then I cut the chipboard corner piece to fit the tag, and then I tried each piece to see how I liked it fitting. That paper doll, I'll be placing on it later. I was kind of putting it on to see which chipboard pieces fit best with it. And I chose for this one, I chose the corner pieces. And I'm using a gel, a matte gel, on the backs of the chipboard pieces to apply and hold them down. Then I take the paper doll, the Tim Holtz paper doll, and I use a regular Tim Holtz Distress ink in walnut stain, and I go around the edge because I don't like the white edges. You know, to me it looks unfinished. And then I apply the matte gel to the back of the paper doll, and then I put it down on the tag. And when it's down all the way in where I like it, I take a clean rag and I go over the front of it to make sure there's no matte gel on the top of it. Then I take the Tim Holtz quote stickers I chose. They're ideology clipping stickers. And and I used matte gel and applied it to paper that I have ink on that I use, and then I just trim around it, put matte gel on the back, and then put it where I like it on the tag. And then next I pick out a glitter glue, excuse me. And this glitter glue is a Darice brand, and it's clear iris. And I apply it everywhere, like on the high points, the things that I want to stand out, like the chipboard pieces, the around the edge of the quote, on the paper doll, like she has a little bandana around her neck, then like the lace on her dress, that kind of thing. And then I picked out 3 flowers, and those flowers are Red Pearl Petite Flowers by Paper Studios. And I took the walnut stain and applied it with the brush to the very edges of the petals, so that they would look a little more vintage. And then I glued them in the corner right where the 2 pieces of the vine pieces, the 2 chipboard pieces came together, and I glued them there. Then I took some of the glitter glue and applied it in the center of the flower with an old brush. You need to make sure that this glitter glue is totally dry before the last step of the tag. Now I'll cover up the paper doll's face, and take some gesso or white paint and splatter paint on the front and back. And then take some teeny Paper Studios gold or other, color that matches of little gems, and apply them around the edge of the card about where the vines go. And now I'm using a metallic paint, which I just love metallic paints. But this particular one is Art Alchemy Metallic, which is gold, and the color is Gold Rush. And I'm dry brushing it first, and I put a little bit on a dry brush, and then I take most of it off on a piece of paper or my, glass, and then I brush it so that it hits all the high spots, the vine and stuff like that. Then I put some on my finger and I go around the edge of the tag, and then I put a little bit on the flowers, and I let it dry. And then the last step, this is when the glitter glue needs to be totally dry, because if you don't, when this stuff dries, it'll dry milky, and you don't want that, because then you'll have to redo your project. And believe me, I learned that one the hard way, because I got in a hurry one time. I was impatient. So I use diamond glaze. It's a clear acrylic, glaze, but there are all kinds of them out there. You can find all kinds of them. And I don't use the big bottles with the big tip. I buy these little teeny bottles that have really fine tips, and you can get both of them, the glazes and the bottles with the little tips, on Amazon or eBay. And I think you can even get them at the little bottles at Hobby Lobby and craft stores. And I apply that to the chipboard, the flowers, and the quote tag, and anywhere there's glitter, pretty much. And you can even apply it around the stones to make them stay better. And then I put some jute as a tie on the tag, and it's done. And as you're looking at these tags, you can see I also used some vintage photos that I have. I printed them up, and you can put crowns on them. You can put butterfly wings and make fairies out of them. Every one of them has a chipboard from that I used for my project for the month of April, and they can all be found at the same website that I gave you. But it's only limited to your imagination. I hope that you make one. Or try it and see if you like it. If you're interested in the drawing, leave anybody that leaves a like or subscribes to my channel. Leave your name in the one of the comment things, and I'll put your name in for a drawing. And a month from when I post this, I will do a drawing, and you'll win this tag. And I'm hoping all of you, if you think of helpful hints for me, as long as it's positive, please leave the comments, because I'll be happy to read them, and because I definitely can use all the helpful hints I can get. And I hope to see many of you come back. And if you know anybody that you think would like to watch, please let them know and send them my way. And because I'm hoping to learn and grow and have fun and return. So I appreciate you coming and watching, and thanks, and I'll see you next time.